Welcome back to the podcast. Today we're going to piss a few people off. I'm surprised it took all the way till episode 2 to do this, because this one is entitled, It's Time to Be a Fucking Man. Okay? I'm sending this out to all the boys out there giving men a bad name. So yeah, you might as well just stop listening right now if you got offended by that. Because if the only reason you would have gotten offended by that is if you fall into that category of boys or males that don't know how to be a man. And if you want to know how to be a man, let's get further into this. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because we get a lot of messages and just talking to friends. Females out there are having a real problem with what's available from the male population. And I'm not here to discuss problems you may have with females, because that's irrelevant on whether you're a man or not. Okay? I'm not concerned whether you think all girls out there are hoes or gold diggers. It's irrelevant what you think of women if you can't even hold yourself as a man to begin with. So let's really get into this. I think a lot of it has, we're not even going to get into that, too many children are raised by single parent homes, and the majority of them, over 80%, are usually raised by their moms. But we have a lot of overly sensitive boys who never become men. And I think a lot of it is because they're getting onto social media way too early and learning how to disrespect females without any repercussions. Because if you look at just the difference between when I was a teenage boy, not a man yet, and whatever you want to call a male in their teens, never would I have ever considered talking to a female the way these boys do. Not just because I was raised properly and my grandmother would have smacked the shit out of me had I ever called a female some of the shit that you boys who get their little egos hurt, what you guys call females, it's a real problem. But because I was just raised to give everyone respect before they even earned it. Let them, show you who they are. But the reality is you can't just go at everything, and as soon as you get a little bit of butthurt because you're not man enough to understand that not everybody likes you. Understand that not every woman out there is for you. And that doesn't mean the first time she says no or rejects you or makes you want to put in or tells you to put in more effort, it doesn't make her a hoe or a slut or a gold digger. This is your natural response to not knowing how to deal with rejection. That's called being a boy. You're not a man. Okay? And you're giving the rest of us really bad names. When we get categorized and women say stuff like, oh, all men are this or all men are that. No. They're just meaning a bunch of boys. Because let's be completely honest, men have been taking care of shit since the beginning of time. A man takes care of their family. A man takes care of their partner. A man takes care of setting up security for a lifetime. And the reason boys get all offended when a female isn't interested in them is because those boys know they have nothing to offer a partner. And instead of looking inwards and bettering themselves, they take it out on the females in front of them. And again, I don't care which females you're talking to. I don't care if maybe they do go after money, influence, power, resources. It's not on you to judge them. What you're really mad at is that you want them and you have nothing to offer them. Because guess what? If you want them, other males also want them. So it's a woman's prerogative to go after the best partner that they can acquire. And you're just butthurt that it wasn't you. So let's get that out of the way right now. One of the major topics that has come up is boys out there not taking care of their children. What the fuck is up with that? I don't care why it is you and the baby's mom did not work out. I don't care if you think she's some kind of psycho or crazy or whatever words you're using to justify why you're not being a man and taking care of your offspring. I don't want to hear bullshit like, oh, she's just going to spend it on nails or her hair. That is not your decision. You have created life, which so many people out there don't have the ability to do for whatever biological reason, and you're not taking care of it. You're not being a man. You see the difference? Boys, males, men. Men take care of their responsibilities. I know there's very few of us left, but this children one, if you're not taking care of your offspring, you're a piece of shit. Comment below it. I know you have a whole bunch of excuses to throw at me, but if you think what you're actually going to say is a reason to not give your offspring a chance, the best chance at life after that child didn't ask to be born. You're half of the equation that brought it into the world. And if you're not taking care of that child, I'm going to say this again, you're a boy and a little piece of shit. And I'm not saying that just on a podcast, because I'll tell you that to your face on the street like I do all the time. Anyone who knows me knows I will not keep I don't give a shit about social media. I don't give a shit about being politically correct. I don't worry about celebrities and gossip. But if you're sitting across the table from me and I see you being a little bitch beta boy, someone not taking care of responsibilities or complaining about your baby's mom and why you're not paying your child support, I'm going to call you a piece of shit, because that's what you are. Go ahead, leave a comment. I'd love to hear your excuses for not taking care of your offspring. Now, we're going to circle back to the original one where little boys get offended when they get rejected by females. The reason you're offended is because you have nothing to offer a woman, female, that you're pursuing. What value are you bringing to the equation? Are you just egotistical and think you deserve whatever woman you want? And don't get me wrong, I'm not siding with women here. I have enough issues with delusional women. We'll do that in a completely separate podcast. But if you're pursuing someone, you've put value on that person. What are you bringing to that table to entice them to entertain you over the hundreds of other males offering nothing either? Do I need to pause longer? Are the wheels turning? What do you bring to the table? You just a fuckboy? Notice the word boy in that? Because I'll tell you right now, women are we're going by a heterosexual dynamic. Women who would be in the market for a partner who is male, like men. Maybe that's why you're of no interest to them. Have you shown her any type of security? Are you ambitious? Women, for the most part, can overlook a guy who's only 5'9", maybe not the best looking. If you're ambitious, you're a go-getter, you show her a bit of security in what you do. There's a future with you. Because if you're looking for a female partner, this is a long-term thing. If you're looking for a hookup, then neither of you should really expect anything out of it. But if you're actually looking for a partner, you're probably looking for someone with quality. And if you're not showing her quality, what the hell makes her want to pursue you at all? So before you start going out there and wondering why women have no interest in you, take a long, hard look in the mirror and ask yourself, if you were a woman, what the fuck is so important about you, the person looking back at you in the mirror? Go ahead. You can run upstairs, run to your bathroom mirror, stand there. I can wait while you come up with a list. I guarantee you won't need all of your fingers for it. Truth hurts, doesn't it? All right. That's going to be enough for here, but we will get into more episodes about how you can create value with yourself. Because you have to be happy with yourself long before you're ever going to present value to others. And you don't do it by insulting people. You don't do it by going online and trying to make someone else's day better. Or better. Wow. Try to make your day better by putting someone else down. If you don't take care of your insecurities and what you're lacking in the world, you're never going to have anything to offer anybody else. You're just going to experience rejection your entire life. But yeah, like I said, we'll wrap that up here. In future episodes, we are going to teach you how to build some type of value to yourself. And I'm not saying everybody's got to be super wealthy or anything like that, but you're going to have to change your mindset. And I hope this episode explained a little bit to why you need to get out of being a boy and progress into being a man. Because what I'm seeing out there, what we're seeing out there, definitely should not represent the word man. And I'm not worried about pronouns right now. I'm talking about boys becoming men. I'm not attacking any groups. If you want to be considered a man, you're going to have to be a man. And that involves every form of investing, whether it's financial, knowledge. Well, everything's based on knowledge. You can't get anywhere in the world without the knowledge of how to get there. So, all right. I'm Chris. For producer Mac, I'm out.